Hello guys, this is by Delta. Today I want to talk about an interesting news about landfall spyware that was and still is attacking devices across the globe, targeting mainly Samsung phones with Android operating system. So what is the landfall? This is a news article from Ars Technica. What is landfall? Is a spyware targeting Samsung phones with the Android operating systems. So for those who are not aware what is a spyware, spyware is a kind of software, malicious software that does what it says. The main intention of spyware to spy on people, on users, mainly gaining access to phones, to computers, and then gaining access to files stored on the phones, computers, and gaining access to cameras, microphones to spy on users. For the past few years, this kind of spywares are rampant. They are all over the globe, but mainly used in the targeted attacks. So let's go deeper into this landfall. So this is a spyware. This spyware was discovered by Unit 42, according to Ars Technica, which is an intelligence arm of Palo Alto Networks. So it was active from July 2024 and been patched only in 2025. But for those who have not updated their phones, they can still be targeted. How it's working? So this spyware is kind of called a zero-day spyware. So zero-day means that there is a vulnerability in a application, in a device, in a software, whatever, that only has been discovered by the hacker groups and no one else. So no one else but the actual group that's exploiting it knows about that vulnerability. And so that's why it's called zero day. No one is aware of existence of that issue. And what makes this spyware special, that is not only a zero-day spyware, but also a so-called zero-click spyware. So what this means, that it doesn't require any kind of special action from the user. There are many spywares or malwares that require some kind of action from the user, like they use social engineering to trick users to download something, to allow some permissions to do something. This kind of zero-click spywares means that they don't require any kind of action. The attackers only have to send the payload to your phone, to your computer, whatever, and there is no action required on your side. So practically there is no way to protect yourself from this kind of spyware. They just target you, and whoever you are, even top-notch security specialist, whoever, you just have no way to protect yourself. So the main way it's working, it's been embedded in images, so-called DNG image file formats, and they embed the executable within that image, actually a zip with the executable. So, and whenever they send the payload to your phone, Samsung phone, there is a bug in the Samsung image processing software that works on the operating level system. That's actually executing the image and installs this spyware on your system. And what's remarkable thing about this, that they actually add permissions in the C Linux systems. So what's Linux? Some of you might not know, but the Android is actually a Linux system, so is a subset of a Linux system. So it has a so-called C Linux. It's not exactly a firewall, but it's a kind of security system to protect your operating system from exactly this kind of attacks. But it seems they have cracked this too. So they add their permissions in this C Linux and gain access to your entire phone. Like, they gain access to your files, they gain access to your hardware, like camera, microphone, so they can do whatever they want. And this spyware was used in a targeted attacks. That's the good thing about this spyware. Well, it's a relatively good thing. It wasn't deployed in a mass attack. So there are no 4 or 5 million phones infected with this virus. This spyware was used in a targeted attacks in the Middle East, like it says in Iraq, Iran, Turkey, and Morocco. In the past few years, we have been seeing this kind of attacks, this kind of tools and the software all over the place, such as one developed from NSO Group. Some of you might remember the Pegasus malware, spyware that was used in several high-profile attacks against even the presidents of France, Prime Minister of Germany, that kind of thing. So these kind of things are really sophisticated, and really sophisticated companies and state actors are behind this kind of software, because it does require a lot of expertise in the field of the operating systems of the phones, in the field of the operating systems of the computers, in-depth knowledge of the hardware, kernels, and whatever. So a range of knowledge in different areas. And this payload actually has been delivered via WhatsApp, just like the NSO Group Pegasus. So if you have a WhatsApp installed on your phone, they just send you this malicious file, and that's it. You don't have to do anything. They gain access to your entire phone. But it's to be fair, it's not about only WhatsApp, because they can actually exploit many other different messengers, send you the payload, and gain the access. So this is mainly intended against. I would love to see that these kind of things are used against criminals. I don't know, pedophiles, terrorists, whatever. But unfortunately, many times we see that this kind of software is used, this kind of software tools being used against political activists, just people who speak up against their authorities, governments, whatever. So yeah, just be aware about the existence of this kind of sophisticated software. And to be honest, there's not much you can do about this. There's not much you can do. Even the people who are like security specialists, software engineers, whatever, there is no way really to protect yourself, your phone. Just besides keeping your phone clean or trying to use different phones for different things, but still yet, really hard to protect yourself against this kind of threats. Beware of this kind of things. Thank you very much for listening. See you in next one.